What's up, 49ers faithful? It's your boy, Chili Will. Welcome to the 49ers Street Squad, coming to you live from the Cayman Islands, brother. Hey, guys, I had to jump on real quick and talk some Niners with you. You know, I wasn't sure I was going to do the show, to be honest with you, but so here on in the Caymans, you know, celebrating 25 years of wonderful, blissful marriage. My wife and I had a glow. We did our miles on Monday. It was our 12th, which is our anniversary, you know. And it's a beautiful, wonderful day, and can't thank God enough, you know, for what He's blessed me with, guys. But turn this music down, so stop that. Anyway, guys, I had to just jump in because, like I said, I did get a chance to see the game on Sunday against the 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And all I can say is, ooh-wee, man, Purdy did his thing, man. Purdy went out there, I mean, it was like David and Goliath, right? I mean, he went out there, took on Tom Brady, and helped guide our Niners to a successful win. And it was obviously a very great team effort because the defense, man, defense did a good job, took it to Brady, man. He only scored like one touchdown, you know, in this 35-7 game win, and it was just a great output by the Niners. I'm trying to get my banners up here. There we go. Put that up, take that there. Yeah, there we go. 35-7. But yeah, I'm not going to keep you guys long. Like I said, just wanted to check with my Niner faithful, man. How did you guys feel about the game? I tell you, from what I heard on the television, 49er faithful were loud. Crazy loud, just cheering Purdy. It was like the movie, like somebody said, like the movie Rudy. Everybody was out there cheering Purdy, Purdy, Purdy. You know, so that was pretty awesome. And you can't help but feel just so grateful for this young man to go out there, knowing all the adversity he's been through, you know, through college and, you know, coming into the pros and now being a third-string quarterback. He goes out there, he plays again like he did in the Miami game. Looks like he's been doing it for a while, you know. He has that kind of it factor, that kind of quarterback experience that you just don't see most quarterbacks coming in and playing and doing the way he did. So, you know, hats off to Brock Purdy. You know, guys, are you missing Jimmy at this point? That's what I want to know. Because I'm going to be honest with you, as much as I love Jimmy, it's really a breath of fresh air watching Purdy go out there and do his thing. Complete passes and do a lot. And again, that's not no personal shot at Jimmy because, you know, he's our guy too, you know, and we always support who's ever out there. So, but just a great effort. Just a great effort from Brock Purdy. I mean, that first half, he was just on fire. You know, I mean, the guy just lit it up. We were just, me and the family, over here at the lounge watching the game, having a great time. And I honestly, I don't know if you guys were, but I just wasn't expected to, you know, that first half to blow up the way it did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because thanks to the Niners defense, Brady couldn't do nothing, right? Boy, shut him down. You know, had turnovers. I think Ward got a turnover. Our guy Greenlaw, you know, I mean, man, leaped up and got that pick, you know, jump ball to himself, got the interception, and the Niners just they dominated all the way around. They just dominated. You know, I was kind of hoping that they would have been able to hold Tampa Bay to no points at all. You know, that would have been a real statement. You know, but either way, it was a statement game anyway because 49ers did a great job. Took it to Tampa Bay, and they just, you know, did their thing, man. They just did their thing. So, like I said, I was excited. I wasn't going to do the show, but I said, you know, let me just jump on. You know, I'm killing a little time right now anyway. So I said, let me jump on, get this recorded. And I'm pre-taping this, so I can't see any comments or anything like that. So, you know, again, just chopping it up with you guys. Not going to take too much of your time, but tell me just what did you guys think, you know, like later. Leave it in comments. Tell me what you thought about the game and everything and the performance that the Niners did. You know, if you were there at the game, I wish I could have been there, but you know what? Like I said, I take care of my missus, you know, my queen. And plus I get to enjoy, you know, look at it out here. It's just beautiful. beautiful skies, blue skies, and everything. And we're down by the pool, beach, just having a great time. So still got a lot more to enjoy before coming back home. But again, guys, man, great turnout. Just a great turnout. I'm so proud and happy for the Niners. I'm definitely proud for Brock Purdy. I was really touching to see his dad and his mom in the stands, and you can see the emotions that his dad was having while he's watching his son play. I kind of can relate in a big different way because when my son, when he got to high school and ended up being a running back for the team, and he see him like score his first touchdown, I mean, I'm a big emotional guy as it is too. So I'm happy and just surprised that he had that opportunity to do that, and then he went on to have a real super year at a school. So I relate to Brock Purdy's dad as far as the emotions of what he was feeling. And that was just, that just had to touch the hearts, I'm sure, of just many faithful and just many people watching the football game around, around the world, to see that, emotion for his dad, support of his family being out there, watching their son play, it had to be just joyous, I mean, it was probably like finally he made it to the big NFL show here, and now he's there and he's also performing. He's doing a great job. And like I said, this guy, I mean, you guys been reading about it. Everyone's been talking about how well, especially the players themselves, they were talking about how Brock Purdy, he ain't take no mess when he's out there, getting these guys, in play mode. He's pretty, I won't say strict, but rather demanding about, hey, keep the focus, guys, stay locked in. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear out of your quarterback. That's how you know you got a guy that's like really locked in and doing this thing. Uh, I know a lot of people, like, yeah, Brock Purdy is that guy, and stuff. And I think so too. I'm not ready to quite totally jump on the Brock Purdy train. I mean, however, I do love what he's doing. I'm excited about what he's doing, and I'm just wowed by what he's doing. And, if anybody can wow me, you got me hooked. But, we still want to give a few games. Now he gets to go up to Seattle. He's going to play in Seattle probably the first time on the road, right? Against a very, very loud crowd. And we all know the loudness it gets up in Seattle, especially with them probably pumping the extra crowd noise through the speakers. But, places like a shell, so it's going to be loud for Purdy. So now we get to see just how well he performs under the pressure of the noise, dealing with the silent count, and just seeing if he can still play or keep that same level of intensity like he did the last two games. I think the other two, well, Seattle in this case because they play tomorrow night, they're gonna probably try to stumble into the sky, try to shake Purdy up a little bit. We saw that happen with Tampa Bay last week. I think on the first play or two, he ended up getting blitzed, and pressured. He got hit, but like Purdy says, once he feels that hit, he's kind of locked in. He's dialed in. He's ready to perform. So he did a good job. So we'll see how that happens in Seattle. I'm sure they're going to try. I'm sure Pete Carroll will have his boys up there on the line, and they're going to try to blitz him a lot, try to rattle him up a little bit. Of course with the noise. So I feel it's going to be tough. It's going to be a little tough for Purdy up there. I don't know. Most likely won't see the same big results like we saw maybe Tampa Bay. However, I still believe Niners will win. I say 27 to about, I would say 10, 27-10. That's even if Seattle even scores. Because man, with that defense right now, guys, woo-wee, lights out. And these guys, to me, are more dynamic. 49 defense, that is, more dynamic than what they were in 2019. Because I just think they, especially in that defensive backfield, because now that Jimmy's playing like nickel, they still got I can't remember Jim's name in the back playing who took Jimmy Wood's spot. He's playing well together with Talanoa. These guys are doing a great job. Yeah, at times there's been a couple of blown coverages back there, but it's going to happen time to time. But I think the defense is just doing, to me, a much better job compared to the 2019 defense that we had a few years ago. So, um, and it seems like with each game, the Niners are just coming together. They're getting it done. They're coming together. Performing. They're shutting down teams practically every game here on out. And it just seems like with each game that comes along, they're figuring it out. They're figuring out working with each other, communication and everything, and making plays. So it's always great to see. And that's what I think you like to. Any fan would like to see with any team is to see them take steps forward each game and make sure they're just all locked in. You know. So I was excited, guys. Still was a joy to watch. I mean, going back to Tampa, it was a joy to watch that game. He had, like I said, had such a strong first half. I kind of thought, okay, well, it's going to happen in the second half because we all know Tom Brady and we know his record against Kyle. So we were kind of thinking, I was kind of like, I ain't gonna lie and say I was a little bit nervous still. I mean, I thought the defense was going to shut him down, take care of it, which they did for the most part. But with Tom Brady, you just don't know. I mean, this guy is so good, just so good. Um, wow. I mean, I think we saw. To me, it felt like a passing of the torch, right at the end of the game. Both quarterbacks meet the field. Brady gets old, Purdy packing them back. And you just feel like, wow. Could this be that moment where that torch is kind of given from Brady to Purdy now, and maybe hopefully Purdy just takes off and does his thing with the Niners and continues to be successful. You know, those are the kind of things that just going on in my mind, guy. I don't know about you. What were you guys thinking? Were you thinking that too? I mean, I don't know. But what a game, though. I wanted to talk about. There was the one point when remember, guys. I think before the half, of course, Purdy threw an interception. And thankfully it was called off because Tampa was caught for holding. He had to bring the ball back. And it was funny because I'm sitting with my nephews, that are here with me. I said, wouldn't it be something if he ends up just throwing a touchdown? Because he's right there about the 25, 30-yard line, right? So I go, would it be something if he just throws a touchdown right here and just burns them, right? What's my boy Purdy do, right? I think he chucked it. Might have been the one he chucked to CMC. And he just caught it, and got both toes inside the inbounds in the red zone and scored a touchdown. I was like, dang, he did it. I couldn't believe it, and I was just like, wow. But the reason why I say I'm just not quite sold on him just yet is because, I remember when Jimmy first got here for us, when he first came to the Niners, he also performed really well, in the first couple of games. I kind of was like, okay, Jimmy's looking good, but I still wanted to see more, I wanted to see more games. And once I remember when the Niners had to face the Jacksonville Jaguars at the time, had a great defense, I thought, okay, let's see how Jimmy does against this team. Because at this time, I think Jaguars' defense was like ranked 2 or 3 or something like that, but they were up there. Great defense. And Jimmy just went out there and just whooped on him. Whooped on him. Did a great job. And so I was like, wow, I think this is our guy. I think a lot of us were sold on that. You know what I mean? So it just makes me, going back, thinking about that, just makes me wonder about the same for Purdy. I mean, is this a guy that, okay, can he continue to play great heads-up football the way he's doing at quarterback? I mean, teams don't have a lot of tape on him right now. Probably haven't figured out some of his real weaknesses and everything like that, if he even has any. But, will we see a difference after, a few games? Of course, the only thing that matters now is, if he continues to do good, get in the playoffs, Super Bowl, win this thing, get the 6th chip, right? But will he digress the next following year? Will things change? Of course, we just don't know. We don't know until next year, but, just all those things that kind of run through my mind. So, but it's about living in the now, and right now, Brock Purdy is doing a great job, and I can't wait. And we got some things tomorrow, Thursday, so we have some things planned going on. Hopefully, maybe I can get back in time, see the game, Thursday night game, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see if Brock Purdy can hold up. Let's see if he can take it to Seattle. You know, sort of like how, remember Seattle kind of, when they discovered Wilson, he kind of came in, I think, for their quarterback, right? Started lighting it up, and then from there just kind of took off. Maybe Brock Purdy could do the same. Maybe he could do the same, come in this game and, do it up. So the game's on Thursday at 5:15 p.m. That's going to be, I do believe, Pacific Standard Time. So 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be 8 something my time. So yeah, should be back, I think, in time maybe to catch that. But look forward to this game. They're coming off a short week. Purdy hurt his oblique. They said, got a little couple of bumps and bruises, but it looks like he's going to play. So he will be back. I know we lost Dante Johnson. I think he's out MCL. They said good news about Debo, which was sad to see him go down the way he did. I thought we lost him for the year, but it looks like Debo Samuel will be back within 2 or 3 weeks. It sounds like before the regular season's over. So I would say either by Washington or perhaps Arizona game. But if we win tonight, Thursday, against Seattle, then we got the division. We're good. And I got a visitor. Go away. Little bird. Birds all over the place and chickens. Anyway, hens. Anyway, so they win tonight. We tie up the NFC West, so we'll be the leading contenders coming out the West. So, the next 3 or 4 games, I'm sure, Kyle most likely will rest key players. I don't think there's no rush for Debo to come back. We'll probably see a little more Ray McLeod tomorrow night in for Debo. I say keep an eye out for Danny Gray. I'm looking forward to maybe see him out there in the field making some plays, and hopefully Kyle can get him in the script a little bit. Big truck rolling by over there. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Anyway, so I look forward hopefully to see Danny Gray. I've been excited seeing this guy. Hopefully him and Brock Purdy been able to work together in training camp in training, and be able to work out their connections with each other. Danny Gray's got some great speed at 4.3, and we know he can get down there. Of course, he's got to get a little more acclimated to the NFL level and be tested. So we'll see what he can do. I'm looking forward to seeing Danny Gray out there. What else? So Danny Gray. We'll get to see more of a guy running back Mason. He's been doing a great job getting some good touches on the ball. Of course, Christian McCaffrey's burning it up, taking it to the house. I tell you, hey, what's up? Man, there's some trucks coming in here all of a sudden. Figures. Out all days is quiet, and now I got trucks coming in here. So I hope you guys can still hear me. But hey, what a difference Christian McCaffrey has been to this Niners offense, man. I think he's helped make the quarterback position so much better for when Jimmy was playing there now with Brock Purdy, But I love the fact that Brock Purdy's just saying, he's downfield, man. That's what I'm talking about. Just moving chains, throwing passes downfield, making plays happen. And it's just as a fan, we've been missing that for a while. Jimmy gives us some of that every so often, but man, I've seen a lot more from Brock Purdy, which is good. So hope we continue to see that in Seattle tomorrow night. So who else? Let's see. Debo, good news that he will be back, hopefully before regular season. Thank God it's not a season-ending situation. At least he will be able to play in the playoffs. We will need him the most, so he will be back. So he'll get some good time off, and if secure this tomorrow night. As I said, we don't even have to play, too many of the big players and everything. So guys, thanks for tuning in, checking in with me. I'm not gonna, like I said, wasn't gonna keep you long. We're about 20 minutes into it. But what do you think? Score predictions tomorrow? Leave it down in the comments, man, so I can read them later. And what do you think the score will be for tomorrow, Thursday Night Football? Niners coming in on the short week, of course, also Seattle. So It's gonna be a good game. You know, it's always fun to see Niners and Seattle get at it, and I just hope we cut them up though. I hope we cut them up on Thursday Night Football. I mean, like we did to Tampa. I would love to see a good 28, 31, 32 kind of lead on that. We've been like in the 30s the last couple of games, you know, so that should tell you something. That's a good sign with Brock Purdy in a Niner offense. But I was going to also say we probably will expect a lot of good dose of running the ball because, you know, I'm sure Kyle Shanahan is concerned about Brock Purdy's ribs, you know, in the shot he took. So I will run the ball a lot with Mason, of course, Christian McCaffrey. I don't know who else I can think of that's going to start. But anyway, I expect a lot of running game coming strong in Seattle. So, but I'm sure Seattle will be ready for it too. You know, it seems like they're not the greatest defense, but for some reason when they play us, they look pretty good. You know, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But again, my final prediction, I'm going to say about 28-10. You know, Niners, and I say we wrap this up for the NFC West division. Wrap that up, and then we just kind of like, you know, I say we kind of just coast, you know, until playoff time. You know, I think we're still trying to fight for that like number 2 seed. It would be nice to see San Francisco number 2 seed, and hopefully we can get more games at home where we seem to be doing really well. We've only lost one game, top of my head, against Kansas City. So keep that home field advantage. That would be good. That would be good. So, guys, love y'all. Again, hit the like button, subscribe. Look forward to being back there for the next game against the Washington Commanders. I'll be out there, and it'll be fun to be back around with the faithful, cheering our boys on, and let's do it, man. Let's do this. You know, I'm excited, and just can't wait. So, you guys. Enjoy Thursday Night Football. Let's get that Seattle Seahawks ass. Let's take care of business. Most of all, you guys take care of yourself. This is Chili Will signing out from the 49ers Street Squad. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend. Of course, exciting Thursday. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. 49er faithful. Always stay faithful. Chili Will's out. Bye.